Hi, and welcome to the Unknown Secrets of SEO podcast.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Unknown Secrets of SEO. Got another fun-filled edition ready to go.
My name is Chris Burris, owner of eWebStyle.
And this is Paul Hansen, sales manager at eWebStyle.
We are starting a little bit late today, and it's not because of the World Cup. It's because, partly I'm a little under the weather, partly a little behind schedule. And you may notice the new lighting. We're thinking we might have to wear sunshades. I think they're called sunglasses.
So bright?
Yeah, I got to wear shades, and that's what's up. This is podcast number 66. You are listening to the most popular SEO podcast on iTunes. I did confirm it this morning. We're still the most popular
in the world. That's right.
World. Yep, because iTunes is the world, as we all know. And for Darren, you may notice that it looks like coffee. This is actually generic Theraflu, because I'm a little under the weather. So here's
Theraflu with 2 U's.
Yeah. And I still have the diet soda, so I think you'll be happy with that. You can actually watch this video cast on Ustream. The best way to get there is to go to ewebstyle.com/Ustream. That's the letter U, and that'll take you immediately to our Ustream page. You can watch us at approximately 9:15 Central Standard Time on Friday mornings. You can also follow us on Twitter. You can follow us on Facebook. I've got a new Android phone. It's got so many apps. I think there's probably like 20 other ways you could follow us, which we haven't investigated, explored, or entertained yet.
Or care about.
Yet. So whichever one becomes the most popular, we'll be suddenly interested in. As always, we like to talk a little bit about what we spoke about last time. Last time was podcast number 65. Amazing how that works.
Okay.
66, 65.
I don't remember, so I guess that
we
will
finished
be a little bit.
Talking about the top 10 mistakes that SEOers can make.
Okay.
So go back and listen to that. Actually, podcast 64 and 65 cover the top 10 mistakes you can make when you're doing SEO. So we also like to cover a little bit of news. First off, we're excited almost every show now, right? Because something new happens, we get a great review. We would really appreciate it if you went out. In fact, we've had a number of people go out, create an iTunes account, submit a review, and especially if it's really good, make sure you take the time to do that, because that really helps us, and we appreciate it. You can also contact us at podcast@e-webstyle.com. Let us know you submitted a review, because I don't think you can put URL kind of links in there, and we'll give you some link love. The reason we're so excited this time is, when we started this podcast, we wanted to get back to the SEO community. We really also wanted to push our own understanding of SEO. So we get questions from different listeners, and frankly, some of them we don't know. We have to go research. Clearly, we have to research for each one of these podcasts, and that's really helping us push our knowledge. So those are kind of the reasons. We also are in business, and we're hoping to get some business out of it. And this week, we closed our first business that has actually come from the podcast.
That's what's up.
That is what's up. We're real excited about that. What that does mean for you guys is there will be no more commercials. Wait, we haven't had any commercials. So there will be no commercials. Unless we don't get any more business.
Google decides to sponsor us.
Then
I'll promote them all day like I don't already.
Yeah, exactly. Somehow I don't think they're going to sponsor us. That's not going to be how it works. The way it worked out is we had a listener who had some references. His name is Scott Bonner. We mentioned him last time. He's with MovePoint.com. He's also with GotBins.com. I'm getting them a proposal today.
Plug.
And plug. There you go. And he is working with a number of moving companies, and so we signed up a moving company for SEO, and it came directly from the podcast. Actually, the person who signed up is not a listener. So if you are a listener and you know other people who are thinking about doing SEO, and you remember that you do actually know people who are really good at it, world-class experts actually, send us that referral. Yeah. So we really appreciate that, and that'll certainly make sure there are no commercials, even though we've had no plan of doing commercials ever. But we certainly, should we threaten them?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. If we don't get another referral in some time,
we'll start commercializing this bad boy.
Yeah. You'll be sorry. All of y'all. Ooh, that was very Houstonian.
That's right.
All
and,
of y'all.
And both of you in Africa.
Oh, we have two now?
I just made that up. I don't know.
All right, a little bit of news. Apple Apps has paid $1 billion to developers, and the article was talking about how yes, Apple's the leader. You know, it's only 2 years old. Doesn't it feel like forever? Yeah, Apple Apps, like on the iPhone apps.
Oh wow.
It feels like it's been around like 20 years or something.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like it's like second nature now. So I just assume it's been around forever.
And one of the points the article made, and I think it's really valid, is that there's no real contender in the cell phone market who's going to come into the market and not have an app store. And if you guys have not yet seen the HTC Evo iPhone 4 video that's on YouTube, man. It's effing hilarious.
Yes.
I mean, just unbelievably funny. I don't care.
Yeah.
And as soon as you heard that,
it's indestructible.
I don't care. It'll actually turn into an island. And then when the island is done, it'll turn into a plane and fly you to the island. I don't care. So go listen to that. It's hilarious. And in that little video, they say, you know, one of the things that the iPhone desirer says is that it has the apps. And the point is made, my niece's, I think he said, shitty ass
Boost mobile
phone has apps. Anyway, so it's true. You all have to have everything has to have apps, and Google. I mean, yeah, Google and Android. You know, they're going to come in and start taking a whole lot of market. I think away from. Either going to take a lot of market away, or actually going to create more market. My guess is they're going to create more market.
I'll say both, actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
I definitely believe both.
I'll go with that.
I wanted an iPhone until I have an Android phone. Now I'm like, I never want an iPhone.
And I what? I don't care.
Yeah. I don't care.
All right, and you know one thing he didn't mention in that, which would have been also good, is if you hold it wrong, it loses connectivity.
I
right?
don't care.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
If you hold it, you get no reception. I don't care.
I don't care. I will duct tape it to my head. You have to duct tape it to your head in order to get reception. I don't care. NTP sues Apple, Google, HTC, LG, Microsoft, and Motorola. Interesting in this, Microsoft is like second to last. Actually, they'll probably win. This is interesting. Yeah, they're the ones who sued RIM, which is the software maker for the Blackberries, and won. Because apparently NTP created intellectual property regarding sending emails over cell networks. Oh. And RIM, who was the preeminent email sender-receiver cell phone, right? In the early days, BlackBerry was the only one that was doing it. They sued them. It took them a while. They won. So now it was just a matter of time. Kind of everybody in the industry knew that they were going to go after Apple, Google, HTC.
Oh, I guess if they've already won, then
you just settle.
There ain't much else you can do.
Just settle. What was funny though is Microsoft is like second to last in this list, which is it's always funny to see them. And some of the things that they're saying is that NTP is like a patent troll. And I have a number of patents, and I tend to feel like, you know what, if you own the intellectual property, enforcing your intellectual property is not like troll-like behavior. Mm-hmm. It's the reason we have patents. Yeah. So that you can go after people so they don't steal your intellectual property. Amazing how that works. I love this one. The U.S. House voted to block porn on government PCs. So this is good. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel better that, our $1 trillion stimulus package at least won't be going to having a bunch of bureaucrats sitting around watching porn.
How much money did that really take to them to come to that decision?
Oh, a lot.
They couldn't have just been like, hey, how about you block these domains? End of story.
All of you.
Yeah, end of story. Like, go talk to the tech guy. Block these domains. End of story. All right, move on. Next.
Move on next. We usually don't talk about sports unless they're actual worldwide sports. Although Bing happened to be associated with a sporting event recently, they supported The Decision.
Yes.
By LeBron James. If
you're not in the United States, you probably really don't care.
Well,
but he is a world athlete. I'm sure he got
He's a world-class athlete, certainly.
I'm sure he got some play all around the country. LeBron James is moving to the Miami Heat from the Cleveland Cavaliers. And that's a big, if you live in the U.S., that's a huge decision. This has probably been the biggest. They said this was the most watched just event in basketball since Michael Jordan came back. Everyone wanted to know where he's going to go. He's going to be playing with 2 other All-Stars that played on the Olympic team. So it's going to change things up a little bit. But Bing decided to be the official decision engine for the decision. So I thought that was pretty cool. And they sponsored, they donated a bunch of money to the Boys and Girls Club. So that was cool.
Good tie-in. Smart marketing. Those guys
definitely. I thought
sometimes know what
and their market share is increasing. I just read an article about that. I think Google's decreased 1%. I need to find that article, and Bing's is increasing a little bit. So I thought that's interesting.
It's amazing.
From like 74 to 73%.
Yeah. But you know what? It's a like 1 percentage point, and you know the number of searches that represents.
Oh yeah,
it's like
billions.
It's just insane.
Billions.
It's crazy. So we have a little bit of listener mail. You may, if you listen to our podcast regularly, you probably won't be surprised that it's Darren Bowie.
What's up, Darren?
What's up, Darren? We really appreciate him. He's actually, you got to go to our Facebook page because Darren has done an amazing job. He made a logo for our podcast, and he made a short little presentation. There was a commercial, at least it aired here in the U.S., where it was about, it was Google actually, wasn't it? I was just thinking Google doesn't have any ads, and now I'm about reference a Google
ad. It was an old ad, right?
Yeah, I think about a year ago or something.
Okay.
And it was like a guy trying to date a girl, and he Googles, restaurants, flowers, romantic locations, rings, and then baby, car, whatever. So it's the progression of him through his life in this relationship, which is really cool. So Darren
Divorce
took
lawyer.
Divorce lawyer. They're not so cool. Party my ass off.
Restraining order.
Vegas. Restraining order. Yeah. Alimony.
Yeah.
Avoiding alimony. Countries where there is no extradition. How to hire a hitman.
Dude, I had to tell you about that. Oh, man. So that's completely unrelated, but.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Darren wrote in, and he has just finished his website, and it's creative-dynamics.eu. Because he's in the European Union, and so it's just a plain and simple web design. But he goes, let me know what we think. First off, I think it's pretty good. There are a couple sections where the text is actually over a couple images, so Darren will look at that. That's about halfway down the page. And now that he's virtually finished, something dawned on him. He's made it all one page. So his entire website is one page. So the links across the top just drop you down to the bottom. That's called anchor links, not anchor text, anchor links, or anchors, something along those lines. And then he can, return back up to the top. Not good.
The first thing that comes into mind is you're going to decrease because your page rank is a combination of a bunch of things, but also how many pages that you have. So the more pages you have, you have a higher potential for having a higher page rank
for each individual page.
Yeah, and having one page, you're gonna
reduce that.
Yeah, there you go.
There's a lot of opportunity, and remember, page rank really boils down to, I think the algorithm is something like, if I'm on a random page on the internet and I press a random button on that page, a random link, what are the chances that they're going to end up on your page, right? So if you only have one page, it's not very likely. Now, if you have 100 pages, you've just increased the chances of them being able to get to your home page 100-fold, because now a random page, there's 100 opportunities for a random page to be one of your pages, and if those link back to your home page,
which they should, every page should link back to your home page.
I just kind of assumed that, but he's right. It should link to your home page.
But not everybody, we assume that, but not everybody does. So.
Right. And, it needs to link with proper anchor text so that you're not just saying home page. Maybe you've even got 2 links on every page. One is home up at the top right, top left, where most people are used to seeing it, and another one is, creative design in Europe. Boom. So definitely you want to break those up. The nice thing is it's really trivial to break up a website. You've got the body, you've got the look and feel. It's very easy to break that up into other sections and make the different web pages about it. Last time I think we actually didn't we finished the top 10 mistakes and then
Yes.
no. Last time we talked about the email, how to collect emails.
Oh, we did. Yeah. Don't listen to us. You don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah. No, well, I mean, keep listening to us.
Yeah.
You know, just ignore us. Well, don't really ignore. I don't know. Just
I have something for Darren and for anyone in outside of the United States. Darren asked a question a couple of podcasts ago. We answered the question, but Darren, I was playing around today and I found a video from Matt Cutts, the chief engineer at Google, and Darren asked pretty much about having multiple languages on a site, having keywords in one language, maybe meta tags in another, content possibly in multiple languages. Darren, I emailed you the video. I know we already answered, but I emailed you a video. I wanted you to hear it from the horse's mouth, and Chris will be putting that up because that's what Chris does. And I said, hey, Chris, you need to put this up because I don't know
how
I don't do that kind of stuff. Yeah. So we're gonna put it up on the blog. It'll be on our blog. You can find the link, and it answers what you should do if you're optimizing for multiple languages. And this is from Google, so it's awesome. Everybody check that out.
Incidentally, it's the same answer we gave.
Yeah.
And we promise we did not cheat.
Because he got it from us.
Yeah.
Because he was like, Paul, I got this question, and I was like, here, this is how you're going to answer this. Now
well,
make a video.
Listen to our podcast,
Yeah.
and then make a video about it. You have our permission to use our logic.
Yeah, and our permission not to give us credit for it. So.
And can you give us our links back?
Yeah, thanks.
Darren also mentioned something. So regarding collecting emails, he said, what about adherence to the DP Act privacy policy? And I was like, yeah.
I'm going to have to find out what that is.
No,
I don't know.
No.
How about no? That's the best I can come up
I'll tell you what, it seems from the Wikipedia search that I did, it seems to be some sort of thing related to England, and so you may spell things correctly, but it doesn't affect us.
Yeah, we're just rogue here. We can do it.
It does bring up an interesting question. What if your target market, you're in the U.S. and your target market is Europe, and it's probably specifically UK, and you're collecting these emails? Do you have to conform to the Double Penetration Act, or the DP Act, or let's go on.
I'm not conforming to any kind of penetration. No.
Exit only. All right. And the other thing, hey, Darren, thanks for the heads up. Manchester U is going to be playing here in Houston against the MLS All-Stars. That is a international sport. So
that's what's up. I'm going to try to check out that whooping coming up here. Because that will be a whooping.
Well, this kind of presupposes that Man U is not going to use their 8th squad.
Yeah, really.
Because 7th would be better.
Tell me about it.
So I got to be frank and honest. I'm out of info.
Okay.
So
well, I got
I'm gonna
something.
have to cheat off
I
of you.
got a couple things actually. I'm gonna go with the first one real quick, and then we'll get to the meat and potatoes. A couple podcasts ago, we like to go over lists, things you should do, things you shouldn't do, and I found something that. And we've covered it. It's basically.
Remember, our most famous one was don't be a douche.
Don't be a douche. That's right. It was, things you could do to help increase your ranking. And it was just a list. And we've covered them before. But I found these in a actual list format that you can, you can check off. And I'll be forwarding this to Chris. And
I will be
putting them
up.
And I'll see if I can. Here they are. It's one is from Search Engine Land. It's the SEO Checklist Part 2, Best Practices, and it's mostly for local. And it's about a 14-point checklist that you can do. It's things you're doing, things you will do soon, and things you're not going to do. And another one is search engine ranking from Search Engine Ranking Factors from SEO Moz. We actually covered this, but we're going to put a link to it so you guys can find it and double check your own work against that. All right, so that is quick. Get that out of the way. All right, let's get to the meat and potatoes.
Yeah, and this is one of the great things about about the internet and about search engine optimization. There's value in us. Just so you know, this isn't just we're not just totally out of the goodness of our heart. There's value for our website when we link to powerful sources. Google says, hey, these guys are smart enough to be linking to a high quality search engine land report that a lot of other people are. So let's give them some credit.
And they have some great. I read their stuff all the time. They have some awesome material. And I used it today to find today's topic, which is an article I read from White Hat Media. I think that's a pretty cool name. Karen wrote this article. At least her picture's right here. and it's titled.
Hopefully, it wasn't a random picture associated with an article.
Didn't say who wrote it, but I see Karen's picture. It says online conversation versus links. Social media moves towards SEO. And what this article talks about is social media can increase your search engine ranking without having any links.
Wait. Hold on.
Yeah.
So social media, when it's talking about, let's say, your website, can increase your rank and your position, your SERP position, search engine results pages position, without links?
Without a single link. And I do mean that without one link, it can change your search engine placement. So this is important. To me, this is extremely important because we talk about backlinks, and how here's the first time that I've seen being able to have a serious effect on your search engine placement without a backlink. It still requires a keyword, and we'll get into how they do this. Now,
what's cool,
awesome.
I got to interject here.
Yeah.
What's cool is we did, in fact, cover this maybe even 10 podcasts ago. In our interview with Ken Roberts, he talked about contextual relationships with your product, with your website, with whatever. So wow, that's very cool.
I think
this
it's cool.
Is like the second confirmation.
Yeah, it can have a very positive effect on you, but at the same time, it can have a negative effect on you. Now, I'm not referring to somebody talking about you negatively, and the article talks about that, and I'll get into it. But let's say something. Okay, FIFA World Cup. Let's say that the title of my company was
Saturday,
FIFA.
by the way.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's FIFA World Cup final is on Saturday.
Sunday.
I'm sorry, it's on Sunday. You are right. Third place is on Saturday?
Third place is on Saturday.
Don't even need to watch that. That's just crap. But finals on, and it's Spain versus Holland. Netherlands. Yes. How come they get two names?
Yeah, I don't even understand that.
I guess we're United States and America.
Yeah,
and of America. Okay.
That's true.
That's cool. It's cool, Netherlands.
So let's say the title of my company is FIFA, right? For some odd reason. Everyone's tweeting, Facebooking, writing stuff about FIFA. So, let's just say it happens to be related to my company and I sell official FIFA jerseys, right? Everyone's talking about me.
Everybody wants a referee jersey.
Yeah. So if everyone's talking about, they're tweeting about my company and my brand and keywords related to me, it can increase my search engine ranking. Guess what happens next month when the World Cup is over? No one is going to be talking about that. And I'm using that as an example. So it can help you and it can hurt you. So when people stop talking about it, like the positive that happened, let's say you jumped up to the very first page, first position when everyone's talking about you. When they stop, you're going to lose that unless you do something to keep it. And what it was is there was a company called eConsultancy.com did a study on a company called Magners. And basically what happened, Magners sells a cider. I assume it's a European country because I don't think we're that big on cider here. And
we have it.
Yeah, we do have it. Yeah, I don't think it's real deal cider. Yeah. So I believe there was a tax put on cider, and this company Magner says we're not going to roll the tax onto our consumers. We're going to take the hit.
Absorb the tax.
Our price will stay the same. So everyone's tweeting about it and they're Facebooking
so it's
about
kind of a
it.
reverse Tea Party thing.
Yeah, there you go. Because we want more alcohol. I'm not going to throw it away.
Yeah.
And so everyone's tweeting about it, and they noticed that when they were watching it, their search engine placement just shot through the roof. Because everyone's talking about this tax, and people I assume are upset because they don't want to have to pay more for their cider. But at the same time, after it was in the news, it was a big deal. After it kind of left the news, their placement dipped. So this is one thing to watch out for. So here's what the article kind of talks about. The difference between positive and negative conversations. If people are talking about me in a positive light, if people are talking about you, period. It kind of goes like, all press is good press, or all news is good, or whatever that phrase is.
Yeah. There's no such thing as bad press.
There's no such thing as bad press. If they're talking about you, it's great. Whether it's for your search engine placement, whether it's good or bad. And this is Paul Hansen's opinion. I do not believe that if they're talking bad about you, it will make a difference whether they're talking good about you.
Yeah, in terms of search engine placement.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I don't think we're to that point where
we can go ahead and say that's a web style opinion.
That's right. And next week, Matt Cutts is going to have a video that's gonna back up exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Well,
so,
it might be the week after.
Yeah, there you go.
We had him working on something else.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. That's for next week's podcast. So it doesn't matter what they're saying, as long as they're talking about you, it's good. Now, you should know by now, if they're saying you suck, people are gonna figure that out.
Yeah, people are gonna do enough research on you to.
Yeah, they're gonna do it.
that.
So it was, she asked, hey, is there such thing as a bad link if people are talking bad about you on this review site or this? But the general consensus is search engines do not take sentiment metrics into their algorithm, which basically means that they're not really looking as to whether it's good or it's bad. They just want to know that it's you're talking about it and it's related to what they searched.
Well, and it makes perfect sense. For instance, the LeBron James decision. Let's say there's everybody on the planet is now he's like the evil athlete on the planet.
Yes.
Because Tiger's kind of faded off, and everyone's just saying all these negative things. Well, when you go to your computer and you type in LeBron, maybe yesterday it was LeBron the chef, but today all the buzz is about LeBron the sports athlete.
Yeah.
Of course, it doesn't matter if it's positive or negative. If everyone's talking about it and you're trying to research it, you want to hear what's out there right now. And so positive or negative isn't going to have any, the discussion, whether it's positive or negative, isn't going to have any effect on your search engine placement. It's just going to increase it across the board. Truly, no, there is no such thing as bad press in internet marketing, in search engine marketing.
As long as I'd say the only way could be bad press would be a review site.
Yeah.
But even if you get a bad review on Yelp, they're talking about you.
Pay to get rid of it.
Really? Oh yeah, that's right.
No, I mean no. Clearly, that would not be a legitimate review site, so that can't be possible.
But it'll help people people talking about you. It's gonna help you search engine placement. But as soon as I get to Yelp and I read that you suck, I'm gone. So if that right there hasn't convinced people to start social media for their company, I don't know what will. So proof positive. Proof's in the pudding. Social media conversations can increase your search engine ranking. They can help and they can hurt, because when people stop talking about you, you'll
fall off the map.
You're going to fall off the map. The second thing that they discussed is consistent conversation. You want people talking about you consistently. What are you going to do that? Maybe you have some promotion that you're going to put out here, or
and then that becomes a monthly promotion so that it's consistent, so that people are talking about it regularly.
Hey, this is, eWebSell's got this great free website analysis going on. Check them out here, blah, blah, blah.
We do?
I think so.
Oh, yeah. That's true. Yeah. Check it out. You can go to our website, ewebstyle.com, and click the SEO button in that first paragraph. We encourage you to give us a call, and if you don't want to give us a call, at the bottom of that first paragraph, there is a link for a free SEO analysis. So send that in.
So you want to have consistent conversation about your company, about your brand, about your products and your services. And that means you're going to have to stimulate that conversation most times, unless you're just LeBron James and you got people out there just talking about you.
Bing is chasing you.
And everything.
And we got Google after us, and he's got Bing after him. So you got to find your Google or Bing.
Yeah. So it says when to gain more mentions, you want to stimulate the conversation. The more mentions that you get, the better. You also want to try to control this. You want to respond to queries. You want to respond to positive and negative things that come out about your company. Probably a good time to get on Google. What's that thing where you track?
Google search something.
No, it's where you track what people are saying about us.
Yeah, I do. I'm using
alerts.
Google Alerts.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah.
I was like, the only reason I know this is because you told me about it.
Google Alerts. By the way, what Google Alerts does is you can put in some phrases, you can put them in quotes, or just regular search phrases, and anytime some new information is indexed by Google, they'll send you an email saying, hey, you were looking for information about new information about LeBron James. Boom, here's a new article on LeBron James, or whatever, the chef.
She also talks about competing for keywords. I mean, I don't even think we have to discuss that. Everyone understands the importance of keywords. You want to keep things related to your business. But the last thing she talks about is something called paid conversation. And this is not something I'm very familiar with, but what it basically is if conversation is almost like
the new backlink.
Yeah, thank you. That's awesome. If conversation, people talking about you is the new backlink, will there become a way to pay for conversation, like people pay for backlinks?
Honestly, I think it's already going on. And I've heard from, and I don't remember who it was who told me. Maybe it was Mo Serious, the SEO rapper.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, there is an SEO rapper.
What's up, Chuck?
I can listen to him. We interviewed him here. He said that like there are some Twitter accounts that have so many followers that major media companies or major apparel companies are going after him and willing to pay him like $100,000 to start tweeting about their stuff.
Okay. That makes perfect sense to me, because if conversation is where the real meat and potatoes is, that's what everybody wants, I could see how people will pay for it. To me, a paid conversation is going to be like an advertisement.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm smart enough to be able to tell when it's genuine conversation about something or when it's someone is just marketing a particular site, service, product. I think it's going to lose the
value, the conversational value.
The uniqueness to it, because you're not telling me about this because you really want to. You're telling me about this because this guy gave you $100,000 or whatever. So, and this is just something that's new.
By the way, for $100,000, we'll have a conversation pretty much.
Man,
I'll
talk about anything that you want. You pass me $100,000 a month.
Yeah.
I'll take 100.
Oh,
once.
That's good.
I'll take it once, but a month.
He'll take it once. I'll take the rest of the payments. We're back on the check. Sending a check with my name on it. You got to go back and listen to our podcast.
What I would say is, if you've thought about trying it out, somebody try it. Let me know how it works. I don't have any experience with paid conversations.
You say send us $100,000?
Yeah.
See how it works.
In case there's a sheik somewhere. I'll give these guys $100,000. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it. I would probably not do it because I want genuine people, just genuine conversation. Hey, check out this guy's site. He knows what he's talking about. They do good work.
Well, it's interesting because, I certainly understand where you're coming from. And then at the same point, you look at, remember the Toyota Sienna videos?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that was, without a doubt, marketing. And it was brilliant and created a buzz and whatever. Okay. And you recognize it as marketing.
It was.
But it was just so well done.
It was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, we got to go listen to it today. It was just so well done. It had so much swagger to it that you wanted to listen and share it with all your friends. And then here's this huge buzz about, I almost went and bought a Toyota.
Yeah, and I did. I shared it with...
You did buy a Toyota?
As a matter of fact, not only did I buy a Toyota, but I had kids. Just to
so I can have some more swagger. Because we all know nothing creates swagger like kids.
Like a couple kids and a minivan. But so I may change that opinion as paid conversation gets bigger and bigger. I might switch. I've definitely switched my opinion about paid search and PPC. I'm definitely more open to the PPC idea now as I was before. So now I'm going to stay away from it, but that very well could change.
Yep. Hey, we have reached the end of our podcast. This is great information, Paul. I really appreciate you picking up where I dropped off because I had nothing. Again, you guys are listening to the most popular SEO podcast on iTunes. You can follow us on Twitter, twitter.com/ewebstyle. You can follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/ewebstyle. You can watch us live, typically about 9:15 Central Standard Time on Fridays. The best way to get to our Ustream page is to go to ewebstyle.com/Ustream. And please send us an email, podcast@e-webstyle.com. There is a free SEO analysis. Go to our website, find that. And I had one other thing, and it totally escaped my mind. So, wow, that was a great 66 podcast. We really appreciate you guys listening. It's you guys who give us referrals, make iTunes testimonials about us, and watch us. That makes us able to see us and hear. So we really appreciate you guys. Stay in contact. This is the end of the Unknown Secrets of SEO podcast number 66. My name is Chris Burris.
And this is Paul Hansen.
Bye-bye for now.